Welcome.
Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Woo.
I'm Lynnie.
And I'm Shantal.
And hello, Gary.
Hello, how you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hmm.
You ready for some fan stories?
Always.
Always. You guys, we really do love it when you send us emails and messages with your stories and questions. So thank you for
Yes.
sending those.
Yes.
This one came via email. We're just gonna jump right into
Jump
it.
right into it. So I live alone and have confident swimmers. Why are girls around my area in Bridgewater not noticing this fact? My name is okay. Maybe does he really want us to say his name?
Wow, he did give it. We can just call his first name.
My name is Alex. He gave us his first, middle, and last name.
Yeah, full name.
Trying to get a plug if anyone's there.
All right, bud, we're not going to do that to you. I've been on Tinder now for a long time, but can't seem to get that many girls to approach me. What am I doing wrong, and what can I adapt to? I've just had enough of absolute bricks taken out of me.
That's an expression, an interesting one.
I work now starting next week at a coffee shop in the East Bower area and intend to work loads of hours. Maybe I could start asking girls for their number on the job. I will also be undertaking a business and enterprise course at Bridgewater College Level 2. Thank you for your time and reading my email.
So he wanted to give us his full name, his location of where he'll be working. I think this guy is looking for a straight hookup to deliver to his coffee shop job. Okay, wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Um, okay, been on Tinder for a long time, but can't seem to get that many girls to approach you. Okay, first of all, Tinder is kind of like a two-way street, right? It isn't the way it works is like you reach out to somebody and then they have to reach out back to you or they have to respond
You
to
have to
you. You
match up with
have to
someone
match.
and then you can message them. But I mean there's tons of other sites too.
Yeah, there are tons of dating apps. I would suggest just maybe trying some other
Tinder's
ones.
also gotten where there's like a lot of fake profiles on there
Mm,
too. So I mean,
Mm,
there's
yes.
so many dating apps where it's like kind of better than that. But I
Yeah.
mean, okay, I'm confused. Is he trying to find like a wife? I mean, why do you say
Yeah.
his swimmers are strong and how does he know?
yeah, how does he know that? Can I get that
Yes.
shit tested or what?
Alex, can you please send us a response? How do you know your swimmers are strong? And also, do you expect women to know this or do you tell them this? I would recommend, if you haven't, not to tell women this. Personally, I don't think that's information that I would need to know when trying to date somebody. But I think that there's a lot of things you can do. You could try different dating apps. You could try to update your profile, maybe get a friend or do some research on things that you can do to improve your dating profile online. There's lots of things that you can do to kind of make yourself stand out. Maybe you'll get some more matches or swipes. Um, but I
Maybe don't ask girls for their number on the
yeah,
job.
I was gonna say that too.
Just a good way to get in
Definitely,
trouble.
that's a good way to get fired. Um, Certainly feel free to flirt with women on the job as long as you're being respectful. I mean, I've flirted with baristas behind the counter for sure. Um,
Makes fun work more fun.
yeah, it's it's whatever.
Yeah.
It can be very light and casual, but certainly don't ask for a women's number on the
What
job.
about anyone he works with though? I mean, there's a lot of women that work as baristas.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what he meant. Do you think maybe he meant other baristas instead of customers?
No.
No,
I don't know
he
what
meant
he
the
fucking
customers.
meant.
I think he meant the people going in there.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't recommend for women that you work with either unless you don't mind finding a new job, you know?
But isn't it easier with women you work with because you already know them and you can kind of like build a relationship and then you're not I mean, even if you like, "Hey, did you want to go out?" It's not like you're asking someone that's like, "Hey, can I get a coffee?" And you're like, "Can I get your number?" I mean,
Being so awkward.
I guess you'd be more discreet, write your number at the bottom of the cup or
Bottom of the cup with a
something.
smiley face.
Yeah, call me.
Call me. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could probably casually flirt with women that you work with. You could also ask them for tips on stuff, like what was the word was I gonna say? Not sexually. Maybe don't tell them about your swimmers either. But I was saying you could kinda casually flirt and ask girls that you work with for, like, tips or something on talking to women or something. They might be okay with that.
Do you think it's, like, really off limits to try to date at your work?
I mean, I know we've talked about this a lot. I
Yeah.
think it
I
just
think it depends.
depends.
Well,
Depends
okay,
on the
sorry.
job.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, depends on the job and, of course, how much you like your job. Working at a coffee shop probably n does not that big of a deal. Working
Yeah.
at a corporate office where you
Mm,
fucking need your job, maybe not.
Well,
yeah.
because I mean, I'm sure a lot of people date that they work with because, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
somewhere you spend a shitload of time, you get
Mhm.
to know each other, and it's like you you don't I mean, look how many people go to work, go home. They don't, like, go out, they don't go to bars, like, they don't go dancing, like, they don't shit like that, so,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Sound
Yeah.
a good place
Yeah. I think
if you
so.
don't have any huge fucking issues with it, but
Also, he mentioned how he's gonna be going to college. That's a good place to meet people.
Definitely.
Not saying to, like, you know, pick up on women. It depends what you're looking for. Are you looking to pick up on somebody or are you trying to, like, find somebody to date? You know, because school is probably a good could be a good place to meet somebody to date, you
Yeah.
know, especially if you're going to the same school, you're both interested in business,
Mhm.
whatever. I think there's some opportunity there.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hopefully some of that was helpful. I think we need a little tiny bit more context.
Oh, just the opening line of that. I live
That was
alone and have
great.
confident swimmers.
That is great.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one.
Hey, ladies, love the pod. So, I'm 21 and I've listened to you guys for a few years and always have had a question. I'm a virgin, and I always think women will think that is weird. Would that be a deal breaker for you? Doesn't matter if you are the guy you are with isn't super. Sorry, I feel like I need glasses. What the fuck? Does it matter to you if a guy you are with isn't super experienced? Any help or suggestions would be great.
Ooh, a virgin. I mean, I don't think that women will think that's weird. I mean, also, you don't have to tell them, but that's also a personal choice.
I just can't help but think about the fucking
40-year-old
A
virgin?
40-year-old
yeah.
virgin?
Yeah.
We both knew exactly what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
don't you okay, so would it be better to tell someone that or not?
Um, unless you're really good at fucking faking it, that you're super experienced,
yeah,
and then yeah, you probably should just
I
say
think
it.
it depends on who you're with too, because
yeah,
if you're with someone
Yeah.
that's kind of, like, experienced and it's intimidating, you're like, "Fuck," like, I'm, like, intimidated by this because I don't know what I'm doing, so it's almost like who you're choosing to be with also.
yeah, I agree, and if, like, there's somebody that you're seeing for a while and then decide to have sex, then I think you should tell them. If you're just deciding to have, like, a one-night stand so you cannot be a virgin or something, then I guess it's up to your discretion whether you wanna say it, and just be a little bit vulnerable and be like, "Hey, I've never actually done this before,"
Mhm.
and see what they say or, how they react, but I don't think that women will treat it weirdly.
No.
They might just kind of make them feel a little bit sexually empowered and be like, "Let me show you."
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that could kinda be hot, actually.
Yeah.
You guys ever taken anyone's virginity?
I have not. Have you?
I have, but I was a virgin too at the time, so
So you're like, "That doesn't count?"
yeah, it didn't count, right? Yeah, I didn't have that empowering, like, I'm super experienced kinda
Yeah.
thing, like, "You're never gonna forget me."
Yeah.
I think there's some women that, like, really like that
Yeah, I think
because
so.
it's that power, like, "Oh, I'm gonna, like, show you," like, and they can almost mold them, teach them what to
Teach
do.
them.
Teach you a
Sounds like
thing
a
or
Like,
2.
"I'm gonna
movie.
show you exactly what to do."
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why, like, how younger guys love older women.
Mhm.
I think older women have a lot of, they feel very empowered by that for
Mhm.
that reason.
Yeah, they're like, "I'm older and I'm better, and let me show you." But yeah, I mean, 21 also pretty young,
That's so
so don't feel
young.
bad about yourself,
Yeah.
and, I would say just be honest depending on your situation and
Mhm.
get that experience.
Well, in the beginning or I mean, 'Cause wouldn't you think in the beginning it'd be better to I mean, I just am literally all I can think about is 4-year-old virgin. And it's like, do you just in the beginning well, I mean, I guess when do
I
you
mean, he
even
was 40 though. This this
Yeah.
this guy's only 21. It's not, like,
I
outlandish
know,
or
it's
strange that
true.
he's a virgin, like, that's not that
When
old.
would be the best time to bring that up? Let's
Mm.
see if our answers match up here, what I would think.
Ooh.
When would be the best
Yeah.
time to bring that up?
I mean, not, like, right when you're about to
I was just
fuck.
gonna say, not right before.
I mean, I think maybe casually bringing it up, like, say, I don't know, say you're not about to have sex, but you're like kissing or whatever, and you're just being honest and chatting with each other. You could bring it up then, but I think that you had been dating for a little bit, like you'd been on at least a few dates. It's not something you bring up on a first date, and not something you bring up once you're like already hot and heavy, like in the bed or something. What was your
I mean, I was thinking kind of not when you're about to do it, but it's kinda hard to just randomly bring that up unless you're talking about it, but you don't talk about essentially sex in the beginning of a relationship. So that's where I'm wondering, like, how do you just randomly like, "Oh, yeah, like, sex? I've never done that before." Like, how do you just randomly, nonchalantly bring that up? Where it's not weird, I mean, that's where it's almost like you almost have to be kind of in that moment where you're like, "I don't really know, I've never been in that situation." So I'm wondering, like, when the best time would be.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Just come out and say it. I don't know.
But, like, I mean, because obviously well, it's hard because maybe you're, like, kissing and stuff, and it's like, you kinda just say, like, "Hey, like, just wanna tell you, like, I've
Yeah,
never"
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a little bit
Fill it
nervous.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, no worries, young man.
Young stallion.
Young stallion. Alright, last one. I have been loving the podcast lately, ladies. Keep up the good work. I
Thank you.
have a friend that I have had a thing for a while. We are close, but have never been friends. Is it worth it to try and make a move on her, or will that ruin a friendship if she doesn't feel the same? Do girls usually know if a guy has a crush on them but hasn't made a move? Thanks for any help. And have you been in a similar situation?
Hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one. So, a friend that he's had a thing for a while. I wonder how long. Always been good friends. This sounds like a good friend.
Well, it says we are close, but have always been friends. Maybe he meant say we aren't close, but have always been friends.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Typo.
Yeah.
Change of context.
Yes.
Is it worth it to make a move or I don't know. I feel like this is the same answer for me as like whether you should fuck your boss or somebody at work. It's like, how much do you value your friendship? Are
Mm,
you willing to not have the friendship for an opportunity to have more than that?
yeah,
Because
It's
that's
a hard one
tough.
though, because
that
I mean, if
is.
you're like, "Hey, we're such good friends, I don't wanna risk that," then you're gonna always maybe be like that will be like, "I should have done that." You
Should
know,
have
like, "I
tried.
should have that's my regret. I should have asked
Mhm.
her out because you never know."
Yeah, but
So,
I feel like you should have, like, some type of idea, unless you're completely friend zoned to where, like, he's asking, "Do girls usually know if a guy has a crush on them?" I would say yes. I would say that if you think that she knows that you have a crush on her, she probably does know.
Mm,
Maybe she feels the same, maybe she doesn't. I would say be very pay very close attention to, like, her body language and how she acts and everything. I know some people just blow off that kinda stuff when it's, like, a close guy friend maybe who they
mhm.
know has a little bit of a crush, but their friendship is still, like, number 1. But would she cross that line? Would she not?
Remember the story I told you guys how I let a guy go down on me and then I just let him go home?
Yes.
That guy was my he we still are friends. We keep in touch on social media, but we were friends, and then when, I was going through a breakup,
Yeah.
we were hanging out, and we were always flirty with each other, but I always saw him, like, as a friend.
Mhm.
We worked together for at one point, and, yeah. I didn't wanna cross that line because I didn't want our friendship to be ruined because I really did value our friendship.
Yeah.
But I did let it cross the line where things got a little intimate, and then
Yeah.
So that's hard.
And
So
then
did
it
it
changed
change?
yeah, it changed stuff, at least for a while.
I mean, not in a bad way. It wasn't very awkward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he definitely wanted more.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
like, "No."
Yeah, I
You're like,
just
"Damn it, I shouldn't have done that."
Damn, you didn't return the
yeah.
favor either?
No,
No.
she just had
Selfish
him leave.
bitch.
She just had him leave. Fucking love that. Oh my god.
It is a hard situation because, his like you don't wanna have it be like, "Hey, I think she's into me, I'm gonna go for it," and it's like, "Well, I don't really see you like that." Then it makes it so, like, awkward because then she always knows you have feelings, and it's just
Mhm.
so it is true, it's like it's a hard spot to be in. Do
It's
you
Yeah.
go for it or not?
it's really difficult to make that decision.
You could go for it. I mean, he did.
I
Yeah.
would
And
say go for
then
it.
she'll kinda decide if she doesn't I don't know. You'll
Yeah.
know.
I'd
You'll
say
know
go for it
after.
because you would if you don't, that would be something you would regret.
Regret.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, yeah, you wanna be friends, but I mean, if it went like, "Yeah, I don't see you like that," it would be awkward for a little bit, and then you'd probably get back
Then
and
you'd
you
be
would
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're okay, like, some guys are not okay with staying friends,
Well, like,
you
Yeah.
seeing them
know?
with other guys might make you
Yeah.
jealous and stuff, and it might just ruin the friendship, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well,
just
then
risk it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say go for it, but also feel it out to try to decide how to make the move,
Well, have
And
you
I wouldn't recommend making the move by going down on somebody. That's really that's
clearly it didn't work.
that didn't work.
Mm.
I mean, it was probably nice maybe, but
It was nice. Very nice.
but not nice enough for her to wanna be in a relationship with him. I would say not make a sexual move first, probably. I feel like that would be really putting out there, and then if you do stay friends, that could be depending on how close you are, that could be, like, a thing, you know?
So, has that ever happened to you guys, though, where you had a friend that you liked and you never went and you never said anything?
Yeah,
You
definitely.
were like, "I should try, like, I kinda like him, but it's" and so did he not make a move on you?
Nope.
See, should have made a move, man. He's listening, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh, if only I would have known."
I mean, I was really young too, but it just yeah, I liked him and he just didn't know like that I existed outside of me just being like a friend, So I totally got friend zoned. But I was too chicken to do anything about it because I was like, like
I
he's
feel like
experienced
I feel
and
like girls can do, like, the most subtle thing, like, touch a guy's, like, shoulder.
Yeah.
Literally, it's
yeah.
like that's all you have to
Yes.
do, or, like, be like
Be a little
any
flirty,
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like it's just like, "Okay." It's
Mhm.
seriously so simple. I
Mhm.
mean, and you just any guy knows.
Yeah. I'm sure
That's
he knew. I think he knew. It's just we were in different places, if that makes sense. Like he was in his like player, I'm gonna get all the girls, I'm super hot thing. And I was just like, "Hmm."
have you seen him, like, now?
No. No,
It's too
definitely not.
hard.
No.
Too hard.
No. No, not too hard. Just in different places. Like life just went different directions. So
Yeah.
yeah, that happens. But I think this guy should probably go for it.
Yeah. Go for
Yeah.
it. You know? What do you got to lose, bud?
Yeah. A best friend.
Oh,
Just
Wow.
kidding.
well, if she's really your friend, then
Yeah,
she
then
won't just be like, "Fuck you." You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. If it's a
Yeah.
really true good friendship and she's
It
not
shouldn't
just
change.
fucking like using you, because that
Yeah.
happens too,
Yeah.
then yeah, then everything will be fine as long as you want it to be. All right, guys. Thanks so
All
much for
right.
your questions, your
Thank you.
stories.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.